Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, and for the first time in your life you can actually see energy. Not metaphorically, not symbolically, but literally. Witness the invisible currents that flow through every living thing around you. You watch in stunned silence as golden streams pour from your hands, when your passionate dark clouds gather around your chest, when you're anxious and brilliant white light emanates from your heart when you feel genuine love. You see the energy of others too, the way their auric fields pulse and shift with every emotion, every thought, every intention. But here's what shocks you most. You realize you've been hemorrhaging this precious life force, your entire existence, completely unaware that you possess the most powerful technology ever created, your own energetic system, while living like someone who owns a Ferrari but has never learned to drive. You witness the horrifying truth that most humans shuffle through life energetically unconscious, their vital force scattered like leaves in a hurricane, their power bleeding away through 1,000 invisible wounds they never knew existed. They radiate exhaustion because they've never learned to preserve their energy. They attract chaos because they've never learned to harmonize their vibration. They manifest failure because they've never learned to direct their intention with surgical precision. The contradiction hits you like a thunderbolt. Here you are, a being composed entirely of energy, living in an energetic universe, surrounded by energetic fields that respond to your every mental and emotional state. Yet you've spent decades treating your body like a mere meat machine, and your thoughts like random neural noise. You've been trying to change your life through external manipulation while remaining completely ignorant of the internal power source that creates all external reality. This realization brings you to your knees with its implications. Every ancient civilization knew this secret. The Chinese called it qi and built entire medical systems around its cultivation. The Indians called it prana and developed sophisticated techniques to harness its flow. The Hermetic traditions called it the magnetic fluid and taught that mastery over it was the key to all manifestation. The Taoists understood it as the breath of the cosmos itself, the fundamental force that bridges the gap between thought and form. Yet here you are in the 21st century, supposedly the most advanced era in human history, and you've been taught to dismiss energy work as primitive superstition while you struggle with depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue, and the constant feeling that life is happening to you rather than through you. You've been conditioned to seek solutions in external pills, external relationships, external achievements, external validations, never realizing that the master key to transformation has been pulsing inside your own nervous system all along. The great questions begin to cascade through your consciousness like an unstoppable avalanche. What if your chronic exhaustion isn't a medical condition but an energy leak? What if your persistent anxiety isn't a brain chemistry imbalance but energetic chaos? What if your inability to manifest your desires isn't a lack of capability but a complete ignorance of how to direct your life force with conscious intent? What if the difference between those who seem to effortlessly attract success, health, love, and abundance versus those who struggle desperately for scraps has nothing to do with luck, genetics, or circumstance, and everything to do with their relationship to their own energetic nature? Consider this mind-bending possibility. What if you've been living as an unconscious energy broadcaster, transmitting frequencies of limitation, fear, and scarcity into the quantum field that surrounds you, and the universe has been faithfully reflecting those frequencies back to you as your lived experience? What if you could learn to consciously modulate your energetic output like tuning a radio station, broadcasting frequencies of vitality, confidence, and abundance instead? The weight of this realization presses against your chest. You've been walking around with godlike creative power, completely unaware of your own nature. You've been like someone standing in a river dying of thirst, surrounded by the very thing you need but lacking the knowledge to drink. You've been searching for the secret to life fulfillment in 1,000 external places, while carrying the master key in your own bioelectric field. But here's the paradox that cuts deepest. This energy that flows through you, this life force that animates every cell, every thought, every heartbeat, it's not actually yours. You're more like a temporary steward of cosmic energy, a brief focal point where universal consciousness gathers itself into individual experience. You're not separate from the field. You are the field, temporarily organized into the pattern you call myself. The question that burns through everything else is this: will you continue living as an unconscious passenger in your own energetic vehicle, or will you finally learn to drive? This energetic unconsciousness doesn't just affect you in isolation. It creates a cascading epidemic of human suffering that masquerades as normalcy. Walk through any crowded space and you're witnessing a mass hemorrhaging of life force so profound it would be considered a humanitarian crisis if it were visible. Millions of people dragging themselves through their days like energetic zombies, their vital essence scattered across 1,000 meaningless distractions, their bioelectric fields chaotic and depleted. The neuroscience reveals the horrifying mechanism. Your brain, designed to be a sophisticated energy transduction device, has been hijacked by a culture that profits from your energetic depletion. Every notification, every advertisement, every manufactured crisis pulls your attention, and therefore your energy away from your center. Your nervous system, evolved for brief moments of stress, followed by long periods of recovery, now exists in a state of chronic sympathetic activation that burns through your life force like an engine with a cracked fuel line. But here's what the medical establishment won't tell you. This isn't a disorder to be medicated, it's a natural consequence of energetic illiteracy. Your anxiety isn't a brain malfunction, it's your energy body's desperate alarm system trying to tell you that your life force is being drained faster than it can be replenished. Your depression isn't a chemical imbalance, it's what happens when your vital energy becomes so stagnant and blocked that your system shuts down to prevent further damage. The cognitive bias that keeps you trapped is called externalization fallacy, the unconscious belief that your internal experience is primarily determined by external circumstance. You've been conditioned to believe that changing your emotions requires changing your situation, that increasing your energy requires consuming something, that finding peace requires controlling your environment. This keeps you forever dependent on forces outside yourself, forever at the mercy of conditions you cannot control. Meanwhile, your energy continues to leak through unconscious patterns you've never learned to recognize. Every time you ruminate on past failures, you're sending your life force backward in time where it cannot serve you. Every time you worry about future scenarios, you're projecting your energy forward into imaginary problems that may never exist. Every time you engage in mental chatter about things you cannot control, you're scattering your vital essence across 1,000 irrelevant fragments. The cultural conditioning runs even deeper. You've been taught to value doing over being, thinking over feeling, external achievement over internal mastery. This creates what ancient traditions called spiritual materialism, the unconscious belief that accumulating external things will somehow fill the internal void. You exhaust yourself chasing promotions that drain your soul, relationships that deplete your essence, possessions that provide momentary satisfaction before demanding more energy to maintain. Your relationships become energy exchanges, where most people take more than they give because they've never learned to generate their own vitality. You attract energy vampires not because you're unlucky, but because your unguarded field broadcasts availability to anyone seeking to feed off your life force. You give your power away to people, situations, and systems because you've never been taught that your energy is sacred, that your attention is currency, that your life force is the most precious resource you possess. The societal implications are staggering. Entire industries exist to capitalize on your energetic unconsciousness. Social media platforms designed to hijack your attention and scatter your focus. News cycles engineered to keep you in states of fear and reactivity. Consumer culture built on the premise that external acquisition can fill internal emptiness. Political systems that profit from your emotional dysregulation and energetic chaos. You're living in an energy-harvesting civilization that treats human consciousness as a resource to be extracted rather than a power to be cultivated. Every institution profits from your unconscious state, from pharmaceutical companies selling pills for problems that could be solved with energy work, to entertainment industries selling distraction from the void you feel when disconnected from your vital essence. But here's the most insidious part. You've been convinced that this depleted, scattered, anxious state is normal, that chronic fatigue is just part of adult life, that emotional volatility is human nature, that feeling disconnected from purpose and passion is simply realistic. You've normalized energy poverty while living in an ocean of infinite energetic abundance. The neuroplasticity research reveals the trap. Your brain has literally rewired itself to support patterns of energetic unconsciousness. The neural pathways for scattered attention have become superhighways, while the circuits for sustained focus have atrophied. Your nervous system has adapted to chronic stress as if it were your natural state, making energetic harmony feel foreign and uncomfortable. You've become addicted to your own energetic chaos. The familiar drama of worry, the comfortable suffering of anxiety, the predictable patterns of depletion. These have become your identity. Your ego has invested so heavily in being someone who struggles that the possibility of effortless vitality threatens your very sense of self. The breakthrough you're sensing but haven't yet grasped is this: none of this is inevitable. Every single pattern of energetic unconsciousness can be transformed through practices so simple they seem almost impossible. The power to reclaim your vital essence, to become the conscious conductor of your own life force, exists within you right now, waiting for the moment you decide to stop being a victim of your own energetic ignorance. The rebellion begins with a single act of energetic sovereignty. The moment you reclaim ownership of your attention. This isn't meditation as you've been taught to think of it, some peaceful, blissful escape from reality. This is warfare against every force that seeks to scatter your consciousness and harvest your life force. This is the ancient art of energy mastery disguised as simple breathing techniques and body awareness practices. Your first weapon in this rebellion is something so fundamental that it's been hiding in plain sight: conscious breathing. But forget everything you think you know about breathing exercise. What you're about to learn is energy manipulation through respiratory control, a technology so powerful that every ancient civilization guarded its secrets. A practice so transformative that 15 minutes of proper technique can restructure your entire nervous system. The practice begins with recognizing that your breath is not just oxygen exchange, it's a direct interface with the universal energy field. Every inhalation draws life force from the quantum vacuum itself. Every exhalation releases stagnant energy and emotional debris. When you breathe unconsciously, you're operating on energetic life support. When you breathe with conscious intent, you become a master of energy cultivation. Sit now and place one hand on your chest, one on your abdomen. Most people have spent decades breathing into their chest, activating their sympathetic nervous system, keeping themselves in a constant state of subtle stress. Your rebellion begins by reversing this pattern. Breathe into your belly, expanding your abdomen, while keeping your chest relatively still. This single shift activates your parasympathetic nervous system, switching your body from energy depletion mode to energy cultivation mode. But here's where it becomes energy work rather than mere relaxation. As you inhale into your abdomen, visualize golden light flowing down from the top of your head, through your spine, pooling in your lower belly approximately 3 inches below your navel. This is your lower dantian in Chinese medicine, your energetic power center, the battery pack of your life force. With each breath, you're not just moving air, you're consciously gathering energy from the universal field and storing it in your body's primary energy storage facility. Feel the warmth beginning to build in this area. This isn't imagination. This is bioenergetics. You're increasing blood flow to your core, activating your enteric nervous system, and creating a coherent electromagnetic field around your torso. Ancient practitioners called this building the foundation, and it's the prerequisite for all advanced energy work. Now expand this awareness throughout your entire body, through systematic energy scanning. This isn't passive body awareness. This is active energy cartography, mapping the landscape of your own life force. Starting from the crown of your head, slowly move your attention down through every inch of your body, but with a specific intent. You're not just noticing sensations, you're awakening dormant energy pathway. As your attention moves through each body part, imagine it lighting up with vibrant energy. Your attention is literally your life force. Where you place your consciousness, energy follows. This is the Hermetic principle of energy follows focus in practical application. When you shine the spotlight of your awareness on any part of your body, you're increasing circulation, nerve conductivity, and electromagnetic activity in that area. The profound realization that emerges from this practice is that you are not a solid body that somehow possesses energy. You are energy that has temporarily organized itself into the appearance of a solid body. Your muscles, organs, and bones are simply dense concentrations of the same life force that flows through your thoughts and emotions. When you truly grasp this, body scanning becomes conscious energy redistribution, moving vital force from areas of excess to areas of depletion. But energy cultivation without emotional mastery is like building a dam without proper channels. The power has nowhere to go. Your emotional states are not just feelings,
They are energetic frequencies that either enhance or dissipate your life force. Anger, fear, and resentment create energetic turbulence that scatters your vital essence. Joy, love, and gratitude create coherent fields that amplify and multiply your energy. The practice here is not emotional suppression, it's emotional alchemy. When you notice fear arising, instead of fighting it or feeding it, you breathe into your lower dantian and consciously transform the fear's energy into alertness and clarity. When anger surfaces, you don't express it unconsciously or repress it neurotically. You harvest its power and redirect it toward decisive action and boundary setting. This is the secret the ancient traditions understood. Emotions are energy in motion, and like any energy, they can be transformed, directed, and utilized. The untrained person is at the mercy of their emotional weather. The energy master learns to be an emotional alchemist, transmuting base emotional lead into energetic gold. Now we move to the most practical aspect of energy control, directing your life force through conscious intention. This is where breathing and emotional balance converge into manifestation technology. Your intention is not just a mental wish, it's an energetic command that restructures the quantum field around you. The practice is deceptively simple but requires precision. After building energy in your lower dantian and establishing emotional coherence, you place a clear, specific intention in your awareness. Not a desperate want or a fearful need, but a calm, confident directive from your energy body to the universal field. You breathe this intention into your core, feel it activating your life force, then release it into the field with complete trust that the energy knows how to manifest your directive. This is not positive thinking or wishful visualization. This is bioenergetic programming. You're literally encoding your intention into your electromagnetic field and broadcasting it into the responsive matrix of consciousness that surrounds you. Your energy field extends far beyond your physical body, creating what physicists call a biofield that interacts with the quantum vacuum, influencing probability waves in ways that classical science is only beginning to understand. The advanced practice involves what the Chinese call energy circulation, moving your life force through specific pathways in your body to increase its potency and coherence. Place your tongue lightly on the roof of your mouth, creating an energetic circuit. As you inhale, imagine energy rising up your spine from your lower dantian to the crown of your head. As you exhale, imagine it flowing down the front of your body back to your energy center. This is the microcosmic orbit, the foundational energy circulation pattern that links your physical and subtle body. This circulation practice serves multiple functions. It prevents energy stagnation, increases your overall vitality, and creates a coherent electromagnetic field that enhances your ability to influence your environment. When your energy is circulating smoothly, you naturally attract opportunities, relationships, and circumstances that align with your intentions, because your biofield is broadcasting coherence rather than chaos. The transformation that emerges from consistent energy cultivation practice is not gradual improvement, it's revolutionary recalibration. Within weeks of serious practice, your baseline energy level shifts from depletion to abundance. Your emotional volatility transforms into steady resilience. Your ability to focus and concentrate increases exponentially. Most importantly, you begin to experience yourself as the conscious director of your own life force, rather than its unconscious victim. This is the rebellion that changes everything. The moment you reclaim sovereignty over your own energy, you step out of the matrix of unconscious living and into the realm of conscious creation. You become someone who generates vitality rather than consuming it, who radiates peace rather than absorbing chaos, who manifests intentions rather than defaulting to circumstances. The practices are simple, but the implications are revolutionary. You are about to remember what it means to be truly alive.